Believe it or not, right before your eyes, in a matter of 10 minutes, we'll have a high-capacity batching plant set up and operating. Notice the dump truck in the background stockpiling gravel. Watch the operator perform the simple and rapid feat of setting up the travel batcher on the job site. He starts the engine so that it can warm up properly. Releases bed clamps. Loosens tie-down bolt, releasing scale bridge. Tightens turnbuckle. Releases dial locking lever. Simple controls make operating the travel batcher easy. When the hopper has been raised sufficiently, 2 long jack stands are placed under the notches on the arms. As the bed is lowered, the wheels are raised off the ground. The operator then removes the axle plate pin and places short jack stands under the main frame of the travel batcher. The hopper is raised, lowering the main frame. Note the action of the wheels. See how the frame teeters on the short jack stand. This raises the trailer hitch so that the ready mix truck is freed. And then the mixer truck moves to the other end of the travel batcher, ready for its first load. The hopper is lowered. The short jack stands are removed. And the hopper is raised, allowing the main frame to settle to the ground. The long jack stands are removed. The hopper is now lowered, ready for its first batch. The setting up operation has been accomplished in just a matter of minutes. The batcher is hardly settled into position before the stockpiles, cement, and equipment are on hand to commence operation. The availability of cement and the size of the job usually determine the way in which the cement is handled. For some operations, it is economical to handle bags of cement. In other operations, however, it may be more desirable to use a bulk bin for the handling of cement. Regardless of the method of handling sand, gravel, and cement, proportions can be controlled exactly by the loader operator watching the large-scale dial that rotates to any viewing angle. On some jobs, it may be more convenient to use a cement silo. Water is conveniently proportioned by this water meter, which the operator can accurately preset for the required amount of any particular batch. The operator now engages the controls and raises the hopper containing the entire batch for the charging of a 5-yard mixer. This one-pass operation saves many minutes on each trip and produces more yardage per day. Now wait a minute. Let's take a longer look at the travel batcher cement silo. This silo, like the travel batcher, is completely portable. With positioning arms in place between travel batcher and silo, the lifting cables on the silo are then attached to the travel batcher hopper. The folded supporting legs are released and lowered to the ground. The raising of the silo begins. braces lock the silo supporting legs into position when the silo is about 1/3 of the way up. This ensures complete safety for the workers while the weigh hopper is attached. Once the silo is ready for operation, the travel batcher can then be pulled into position through the legs of the silo by the mixer truck. Here we see a rear unloading bulk cement truck feeding cement into the silo intake hopper. A screw extension is available for use with bottom dump cement trucks. The travel batcher silo is powered by its own electric or gasoline motor. Cement is conveyed from the intake hopper by means of a horizontal screw that feeds into a vertical elevating screw. This vertical screw carries the cement to the top of the silo, where it fills the main storage bin and a collecting hopper. The collecting hopper holds sufficient cement to fill the weigh hopper twice, thus eliminating constant use of the screws. The accurately weighed batch of cement in the weigh hopper is discharged into the mixer simultaneously with the sand and gravel from the travel batcher. The versatile travel batcher can also be used as a transfer unit. Here we see a batch truck with pre-weighed sand and gravel backing up to the travel batcher hopper. The hopper is built low enough to allow dump trucks to discharge into it. With this method of loading, production up to 100 yards per hour is possible. And now let's study an actual job where the travel batcher was used as a transfer unit and where a big savings in time and money was realized. The problem was to deliver from the main batch plant 500 yards of concrete per day to a housing development that was located 2.5 miles away. The round trip took 65 minutes due to heavy traffic on part of the route. 16 mixers were needed to deliver 500 yards in 6.5 hours. The mixers made 100 trips, 6 trips for 12 of them, 7 trips for the other 4. Because of the time-consuming costs and troubles involved, the contractor contacted the travel batcher representative. A travel batcher unit was immediately set up at an intersection in the housing development. The water source was a nearby fire hydrant. Pre-weighed dry batches were then brought in from the main batch plant by 9 dump trucks in relay, making it possible for a new batch to be ready almost every 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Only 3 mixer trucks were needed to transport the 5-yard load to the pour, and they were able to make their round trips every 9 minutes, and each one delivered 30 yards per hour. Let's compare figures now on this job and see how much was saved by using the travel batcher. Originally, 16 mixers were needed for the job at $12 mixer rent per hour. This meant $192 mixer rent per hour. Taking 7 hours to do the job, the total daily rental was $1,344 for the long-haul system. With the travel batcher system, however, only 3 mixers were needed for the job. The mixer rent being the same, the mixer rent per hour came to $36. Taking only 6 hours to do the job, the total daily rental was only $216. The daily rental for the travel batcher system included $40 for the travel batcher, $216 for 3 mixers, and $270 for 9 dump trucks. Total daily rent, therefore, was $526. Since it took $1,344 a day for the long-haul system, and just $526 for the Travel Batcher system, $818 was saved each day. On this one job alone, a 65% savings was realized over the long-haul method by using the Travel Batcher system.
I'm speaking for the Mobile Ready Mix Concrete Company of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We have just finished some hard-to-get-to pours, such as a city reservoir south of Rawlins, Wyoming, a gas plant construction job at the Clarence Northfields near Newcastle, Wyoming, and a large number of feeder troughs and bunkers at the LAK Ranch, also in Wyoming. Now, we were able to give well-timed service, thus eliminating a concrete starvation at one time and a backlog of trucks rushing and crowding our finishers at another time. And due to the extreme maneuverability of our Travel Batcher, we were able to batch almost at the job site. And the resulting short haul ensured delivery of a highly uniform pour and the elimination of hot concrete. We are having like success on our jobs at Fort Lauderdale. Now, we are well experienced in both the stationary and the portable patch plant fields. And we feel that the Travel Batcher is the finest all-around batch plant on the market today.
As far as the Gallup Sand and Gravel Company of Gallup, New Mexico is concerned, with our Travel Batcher, we can now figure a job anywhere, disregarding distance, and still realize cost savings of 40%. And is that batcher rugged? I don't think our Travel Batcher will wear out in the next 10 years.
I'm speaking for the Taylor Transit Mix Company of Elizabethton, Tennessee. Since buying the Travel Batcher, we've been able to handle jobs on bridges and other isolated highway works that wouldn't be possible with our old equipment. We have also experienced considerable savings, particularly in the number of units required. We have operated our Travel Batcher for 1 year, and our maintenance and repair costs have been practically nothing. We feel the biggest single advantage is that a minimum number of units are required for isolated pours.
With our Travel Batcher, we have been able to save our mixers 16 miles each round trip from our main plant to the job. This means we can have our sand and gravel trucked right into the job site, and we can batch it there at half the price. This is the best equipment I think we've ever bought. That's J&M Concrete Products Company, Garden City, New York.
On many job sites today throughout the country, from Alaska to Mexico, it's being proved that you can make bigger savings with the Travel Batcher Twins, the Travel Batcher itself, and the portable Travel Batcher cement silo. Combined with ready-mix trucks, you have a complete batch plant that can be taken wherever the job requires it. Can even be moved to several locations in a day to save you time, money, and increase your profits.